Hello there and welcome to Fairyland Cottage, and thanks very much for joining me here today. Because a lot of us are doing more cooking at home, I thought it'd be nice to share 3 meals that I love cooking every week. I've kept the ingredients really simple, the type of ingredients that you might have in your cupboard, or if you can go to the supermarket, then they're easy to obtain. I'm going to start with a lentil chili. So just put on whatever rice you want to put on. I've used some basmati rice, and then I'll chop up the ingredients for the actual dish. Now, we don't like onions and garlic in this house, so I'll always use some chili and some ginger. But if you're a fan of onions and garlic, then just add that in as well. I'm also going to leave the recipes, they'll be on the website. Another veggie we love here is pak choi, but you could put something different like leek. And to bulk it up, things like courgette or zucchini, red bell peppers, chopped up nice and small, and we're just going to let them cook away. I'm also going to cook some lentils. I've used red lentils because they're very easy to cook and they're very readily available. And while they're cooking, I'm going to make the tomato sauce. I'll make it with tomatoes, but if you don't have them, just use a tin of tomatoes if you have them in the cupboard. And some kidney beans. And when the lovely creamy sauce is made, I'm just going to add that in with the spices and let it simmer all together. Another great way of getting nutrition is to grate carrots into a meal, because you don't have to wait long for it to cook. And it's a really simple dish. The kidney beans we're able to buy dry, and then we soak and we cook. But again, just go with what you have in your cupboard. This is packed full of protein, and it's, if you like, a little bit of a kick and a bit of spice. Next dish is a creamy mushroom pasta. Now for me, this is real comfort food, and we absolutely love mushrooms here in this house, and also Brussels sprouts. Now I know Brussels sprouts, they get a bad rep, so if you're not a fan of them, you can substitute with something like broccoli or even cauliflower. I'm going to put the pasta on. We like brown rice pasta, but again, whatever you have. And while that's cooking, I'm going to roast some cashews. So cashews are a great way of making a base of a sauce. While they're roasting in the oven, I'm going to chop up the mushrooms. And like before, the chili and the ginger. Add the mushrooms and the Brussels sprouts. And I'm just going to let them all cook up together. While I'm waiting for those to cook, I'm just going to make the sauce. It's a really simple sauce. When you roast the cashews, it gives the sauce a lovely flavour. And then whatever milk you have in your fridge, I'm going to use some nut milk. And then I'll use tamari. And if you don't have tamari, don't worry, just some soy sauce you have in the cupboard. Just really brings out the lovely flavours of the mushrooms. And then you just add the sauce and you add the pasta and you let it all soak together and heat up. And this is a wonderful meal. It's super quick to make, loads of nutrition in there, and it's just real comfort food, especially if you're a fan of mushrooms. So last but not least is one of those meals when you just don't want a one-pot meal. This is like kind of our equivalent of a Sunday roast. So again, I just used what I had in the fridge. I'm going to cut up some carrots and some sweet potato. Sprinkle on a bit of seasoning. Bit of oil, and into the oven they go. And And then I'm also going to cook some broccoli. We always try and have something green in every meal. And broccoli is a great one because you can also eat the stalk. So I like to steam vegetables instead of boiling because it retains more of the nutrients. And while they're all cooking away, I'm going to fry some tofu. Now I'm able to get the tofu locally in glass packaging. So just go with what you have. It's a great source of protein if you're on a plant-based diet. And these are wonderful. I got this recipe from the chef Cormadas, one of his cookbooks. So I'm going to leave that down below as well for everyone. And this is a real sweet soy sauce. And it really brings the tofu together. It's kind of like tofu steaks. And the maple syrup caramelizes. Just one of my absolute favorite. So there's 3 meals that we love to eat here in the house every week. I'd love to know any inspirational meals you have down below. Just share with everybody and where you like to get different recipes. And I hope you're all keeping well. I'll chat as always below or on Instagram. Keep cooking, keep well, and I'll see you in the next video.